Survival difficulty class undetermined mysterious properly unknown information undocumented entities description level 145's landscape is that of an extremely repetitive, claustrophobic design reminiscent to pre-21st century jail cells. All of the cells are all immensely damp and lay in an abandoned state, with leaking pipes, moldy corners, chipped paint, and a general aura of indifference for the objects within the level's walls. Each cell in level 145 usually has no more than one extra door than the one used to enter each cell from which to traverse into other areas with, creating long and linear corridors of countless cell rooms. Oftentimes, these long patterns will accumulate in a dead end, meaning wanderers will have to backtrack potentially for miles in order to find alternate ways to explore the level. These exclusively come in the form of a third door within rooms, which are especially rare to come across. The rooms themselves are aligned in grid formations, and each one is specifically designed to be in either 4 feet, 6 feet, or 8 feet cuboidal shapes, with the ceilings constantly being at 8 feet meters tall. The walls and floors are dingy and chalky, ridden with aforementioned mold and decay. Whilst the walls of each room are usually left in their original gray/white brick or concrete, the varying paintwork that is in these cells are uniformly designed in bleak and drab blues and grays. Level 145 itself is not infinite, however, its concentration of rooms with each one being at such a small size makes the level appear as extremely large. There are tens of thousands of individual rooms, all laid out in a perfect grid fashion and containing gaps between rooms to accommodate for the smaller cell sizes. As such, finding other individuals within level 145 is extremely difficult, unless arriving wanderers have arrived in groups to this level. Level 145 is not lit via duct conventional bulbs Oregon fluorescents used in prison cells, and is instead illuminated by windows which populate, at a rough estimate, 75% of the total rooms. These small, unbreakable windows emit a bright, white glow into whichever room they are built into. However, despite the bright light, a maximum of one of these windows are built into each room, meaning that a vast amount of the illuminated rooms will still have at least half of their geometry shrouded in darkness. Unlike certain windows across the back rooms, and unlike other windows, the windows within level 145 do possess exterior dimensions. At the base of these windows, stone sidewalks run parallel by 90 degrees, extending off at a finite length before becoming enshrouded in the blindingly white glow of the sky. At either end of the window, stone brick or concrete foundations used on the bases of skyscrapers can be found, and by contorting one's head to look up high enough, a faint view of ever-stretching brick, concrete, or glass will be revealed. The visible streets away from where the window is located are extremely built-up cityscapes, and are saturated in unusually vibrant colors, though not in any hues that would appear as garish within city scenes. The buildings are usually tall and are of brick design, and vary greatly in era and architectural design. As well as this, insides of the buildings from what can be seen from the inside of the cells look furnished, as does the rest of the areas outside of the streets themselves, which are packed with various expected street decoration like lamp posts, post boxes, construction areas, parked cars, and a vast array of other details which are too minor to list. Frequently, the feet and lower legs of humanoid figures can be seen going through the windows, passing by at constant times in multiple large groups, creating odd, muffled sounds of footsteps and unintelligible chatter. These individuals do have some discernible features, such as hair, distinct clothing, noses when their faces are at an angle, and human-like body types, and are even visible within the windows and alleyways, enshrouded in a graying silhouette which has nothing more but their already described identifiable features. Level 145 cells are extremely echoey, permitting an almost infinite relay of any sound loud enough to bounce across its walls. These sounds can travel for hours or even days at a time, vibrating from wall to wall at a supernatural rate. These sounds are, more often than not, the distorted reflections of the sounds that come from outside the windows, the movement of wanderers, or the movement of the few pieces of furniture that come from human interaction. On sparse occasions, however, the echoes of guttural screams or cries of fear emanate through the rooms, all of them of identifiable human origin. It is unknown if these are genuine cries of fear, or just mimi cries from the level itself or entities that reside inside of it. Regardless, however, chasing the origin of these echoes is a task which must not be followed through under any circumstances. Whilst people often don't return out of level 145 due to the incredibly sparse amount of exits and the lack of edible supplies, there is every possibility that the cause or creators of these screams are a secondary reason people do not come out. Entrances and exits. Entrances. Level 145 is well known for being hard to access, as its entrances are incredibly few and far between, as well as spread between two levels which are barely connected to one another. Regardless of that, however, the two known exits have been listed below. Level 145's main method entry is through level 448 via entering any of the level cell blocks. Certain cells will, at random, cause individuals to be immediately transported into level 145. Alternatively, a secondary and somewhat more reliable entrance to level 145 can be found in level 95, accessed deep within the underground areas of the aforementioned level. Unlike level 448's random exit, the exit in level 95's lower areas can be found rarely in the form of jail cells, which can be entered to trigger the entryway to level 145. Exits. Level 145 is hard to exit, in part due to its immense overall size and small dimensions of its rooms. Currently, the only exit out of level 145 is in the form of random wooden doors that can be found extremely scarcely, and wanderers may have to walk for days on end to find a room with these exit doors built into them. As of now, level 145's only known exit leads to level 563, which places